Hey everybody, what's up? Pasnell68 here, and welcome back to our Let's Play of Mass Effect 1 Legendary Edition. In the last episode, we went ahead and took down Cerberus for unleashing monstrosities on the galaxy and what they did to Admiral Kahoku. In this episode, we're going to be getting a bit back to the main story here. Technically speaking, it's not a main mission that we have to do, but I consider it a main mission. We are heading to asteroid X-57 in the Exodus cluster. It is in the Asgard system. It's right there. Let us investigate all the stuff here. We got... Okay. This annoys me. This planet here is named Terra Nova. This is the Asgard system. Then you have Bohr, Tyr, and wow, Tyr looks a bit like Coruscant. Loki. So you're gonna name all this stuff after Norse gods and then Terra Nova. Really? Let's investigate Terra Nova because it's what our thing was settled on. Terra Nova was one of the Class 1 colonization prospects discovered by the first wave of Alliance surveys in 2150. It was the second human extrasolar colony, and the first beyond the Chiron mass relay. It currently has the highest population of any Alliance colony. Though banded by a harsh equatorial desert, areas closer to the poles are temperate. The pace of development was modest until extensive deposits of platinum were discovered in the 2170s. This rare metal, required in the clean-burning hydrogen fuel cells that power private vehicles, attracted a platinum rush of immigrants and investment from throughout Alliance space. In the past 12 years, Terra Nova has seen a 30% rise in population, and growth does not appear to be slowing. Colony founded 2152, population 4.4 million, capital Scott. Alright, so X-57 is a metallic asteroid originally located at the trailing Lagrange point of the gas giant Bohr. With the increased development on Terra Nova, a new orbital port facility was necessary. Due to a shortage of funding, it was decided to mine out X-57, using the recovered resources to finish out the interior for habitation. The asteroid was decelerated from Bohr's orbit using fusion torches, allowing it to fall into the orbit of Terra Nova. Recently, communications with the engineering team on X-57 have been lost. Fusion torches have reignited, and the asteroid is accelerating towards Terra Nova. So this whole area, it's not available in the base game. Well, if you're playing the original, obviously it's here for Legendary Edition. This is part of Mass Effect 1's first DLC, Bring Down the Sky. And that's why I'm treating it as a main mission, sort of, because while it's not part of the main quest, it is a very significant mission. Let us go ahead and get to it then. Gonna have Caden and Ashley as our squad here.
Status. Sensors reveal 3 fusion torches propelling asteroid X-57. At its current rate of acceleration, the asteroid will collide with Terra Nova in approximately 4 hours. Analysis. Torches must be disabled to cease the acceleration.
Hello. I heard your transmission. Can you hear me? You haven't found me yet, but I can't talk long. Shut down the fusion torches. I'm going to die. God, I hope you're hearing this.
It appears that someone has lit the fusion torches here on the asteroid and is intent on colliding it with the planet below. So, instead of doing that, let's head over here and check what this anomaly is. There's not too much to investigate here, but there are plenty of side things to do. That was weird to word it like that. Yeah, there's actually quite a few more things to do. Once we hit this transmission tower, that'll reveal even more stuff for us to go do. But we will worry about that later. Here we find the body of G. Mendel. The victim was badly beaten before being killed with a pistol shot to the back of the head at close range. It's likely he surrendered, only to be executed by his sadistic captors. G. Mendel is likely a reference to Gregor Mendel, the father of modern genetics. Just an interesting thing. They do that with a couple other things here that you'll see later, where certain random NPCs just have interesting names. Survey Station 3, final entry, logged by Engineer G. Mendel. The central transmission tower is on the fritz again. No one ever listens to my warning about single points of failure. I'm surprised our surface comms work half as well as they do. When Slodges shows up to relieve me, I'll see if I can get the old girl back up and running. Fortunately, doesn't look like Mendel was ever able to go do that. Got a technician kit right here. And let us go to the first fusion torch that was in our line of sight when we landed.
Headed in the right direction. I don't know who you are, but I'm damn.
Alright, and these turrets are opening fire on us as we pull up. So clearly, someone has hijacked this facility and is intent on crashing it into Terra Nova. Not sure if I've already said that, but you get the idea. There's one last turret over here to take down. Now that all the turrets are gone, let us head into here. Doesn't seem to be anything to loot in here, unfortunately.
Batarians.
And here we are meeting Batarians, a species that we haven't really heard too much about. Batarians are the species responsible for the raid on Mindor and then the Skillian Blitz later in the war. Oh, I was not expecting that thing to blow up like that. It seemed to have wiped all of them out. Oh my god, a grenade storage box. Well, okay, I've slowly been restoring my grenades anyway, so I didn't necessarily need that, but still. Got a secure crate right here that we can hack. And let's disable the torch. Of course, we have to hack it. It can't just be as simple as using the panel.
I'm reading heavy torches offline. Was that you? Can you hear me?
Who are you? What's going on?
My name's Kate Bowman. I'm an engineer. I was part of the team assigned to bring this asteroid to Terra Nova.
We were attacked yesterday by Batarian extremists. I've been hiding since they arrived. I think they know the torch went out.
Why are they doing this?
I don't know, but if this asteroid isn't slowed, millions of people on Terra Nova are going to die.
If I find out anything, I'll...
I've gotta go. Good luck.
Alright. Really, Shepard? We're gonna do this again? Okay, cool. I was able to undo it there real quick, at least. But yeah, as we kind of figured, Batarian extremists have hijacked the asteroid, and we're gonna have to disable all the torches to keep that from happening.
Hey,
Oh God. I didn't mean to... Are you hurt?
takes more than that one shot to bring me down.
Sorry. I didn't even realize you were human until... Well... Guess I'm not much of a soldier.
I know you're scared, but I'm here to help. Commander Shepard, with the Alliance.
Simon Atwell. I'm the chief engineer on this rock. Listen, we don't have much time. The Batarians fired up the fusion torches. You've got to shut them down before we hit Terra Nova. There are 4 million people down there, Shepard. My family. They live in Aronis. My kids and grandkids. Nice communities, good schools.
I don't have time to do the math in my head. What happens if we don't stop this rock?
X-57 is 22 kilometers long, twice the size of the asteroid that wiped out the Earth's dinosaurs. It would be like millions of fusion bombs striking at once. Millions. The heat of the blast. 1,000 kilometers away, clothes will ignite. There'll be global wildfires. Air shock will flatten everything for hundreds of kilometers. Terra Nova will die, Shepard. Not just our colony. The planet. There'll be a climate shift, mass extinctions. The ecosystem won't recover for thousands of years. Millions, maybe.
Is there any chance it'll land in the oceans?
That would be even worse. Tsunamis would sweep inland at hundreds of kilometers per hour. Millions of tons of water would be vaporized at the point of impact. Global cloud coverage. The plants could all die, and if they go, the whole ecosystem rolls over. I'd have to run the numbers, but take my word for it, it'd be bad.
This doesn't make any sense. Batarians run criminal gangs. Unethical, but profitable. They don't destroy worlds. What does this gain them?
I've heard all the stories. Slave rings ranching people like animals. Pirate bands burning colonies to the ground. But this is... The Citadel conventions forbid asteroid drops. I never thought the Batarians would go this far.
The conventions only apply to Council-aligned races. The Batarian government is a rogue state.
The Batarians aren't stupid. If they made a policy of this, the Council will declare war on them. My opinion? These guys aren't backed by their government. They've got to be working on their own.
We can worry about who to blame later.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Is there anything else I can tell you?
You were on the ground when this happened. How many Batarians have you seen? And where?
They landed at the main facility. It's locked down now. They've changed the passcodes. No idea what's going on inside. I did see groups head out to each of the torch stations. Couldn't say how many, though. Enough to give you a fight.
Any idea who's behind this? Who's leading them? That might provide a clue.
I heard a couple of them talking. They mentioned a Balak. It sounded like he's the one in charge. They didn't seem convinced this was a good idea, but they were scared of the guy. Scared enough to do what he wanted.
Batarians everywhere, and I need to shut down all 3 torches. Anything else I should know?
One of the torches is surrounded by live blasting caps. We were set up to excavate when we arrived at Terra Nova. I rigged them with proximity detectors. That tank of yours will set them off, so you'll have to go in on foot. Even then, they'll explode if you get too close. Just go slow and easy. You should be fine.
You set them up. Can you disable them?
Not from here. No. There are manual controls by the entrance to the torch facility inside the blast zone. You can disarm the caps there. One last thing. I had a crew working off-site when the attack hit. I'm worried about them. These Batarians are ruthless. I saw them smash the faceplates of guys working vacuum. And those Varen, I don't think they always wait for a corpse before feeding.
Any idea where I can find them?
They were running checks on our perimeter equipment. Easiest thing would be to tap into the transmission tower out on the surface. The equipment stations will show up on your sensors.
I'll look for them, but the torches have to be my priority.
Yeah, you're right. Saving Terra Nova is more important than my team. There were a bunch of engineers over at the main facility, but they're Probably all dead. That or being held hostage by the Batarians.
A woman named Kate Bowman contacted me. The Batarians haven't found her yet.
Katie's alive. She's one of my best engineers. She signed on with her brother, Aaron, I think his name is. He's part of the security detail. I hope they're okay.
Give me a worst-case scenario. We can't stop the asteroid. Could the colony be evacuated?
Shepard, it took 30 years for the population to grow that large. I'm sure they're moving people to remote areas, but they'd never be able to get more than a few thousand off-world. We just don't have enough ships. No one does. Well, maybe the Quarians, but I don't see them suddenly showing up and offering us a ride.
Why were you moving this thing in the first place?
Well, the idea was to drag it into Terra Nova's orbit, mine it out, and in the end you'd have a basic structure for an orbital station. It's a lot cheaper than getting everything up into orbit from the planet's surface. The minerals we extract almost cover the costs.
What can you tell me about Kate?
Smart as a whip and bold as they come. I hope she keeps hidden, if they find her. Oh, Katie, don't do anything stupid.
You'd better find a good place to hide. If the Batarians come back and find you...
Yeah, I think I'll make myself scarce. Good luck, Shepard.
Okay, I thought there was going to be a cutscene there, hence why I went out. Anyways, with that, we have learned what is happening here on asteroid X-57. Apparently, Batarians have hijacked it and want to crash it into Terra Nova. In the next episode, we're going to work about dismantling their operation here. See you guys then. A new data file is available for the Galactic Codex. Technology, translation. Human cultures remain linguistically divided. Some converse in Spanish, others in Mandarin, Arabic, Swahili, etc. Every alien race has their own equally broad panoply of languages and dialects. Most individuals know only their mother tongue and rely on machine translation. Modern portable computers allow anyone with a few hundred credits of equipment to enjoy seamless, real-time translation of alien languages, courtesy of handheld PDAs, computers and clothing and jewelry, or subdermal implants. Without fast and accurate translation, galactic trade and culture could not exist. Governments provide subsidized software, updated through the public extranet on the fly, often as users approach spaceport customs facilities. Even the Batarians, who isolated themselves from galactic society nearly 2 decades ago, take pains to provide up-to-date glossary and linguistic rules, though most suspect this is only so they can continue exporting propaganda. It is still considered broad-minded and practical to be able to speak without machine aid. Children often take courses in alien language, and most races can speak the simplified artificial trade tongue with little difficulty. Some species must rely on machine translation to interact with the rest of the galaxy. Hanar, for example, cannot reproduce the spoken language of any humanoid species, and other races cannot reproduce Hanar bioluminescence without mechanical aid. Newly discovered or obscure races don't have machine translation available until the linguists have had time to study them.